What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jasmine. We are 3 days. We are 3 days before Christmas right here. But God has gave me something to speak to you all, for real. And it's like a revelation that just came over me as well. Like, oh my God. Today, for Christmas, I don't want you all to feel self-shame. I don't want you all to feel lack of accountability. I want everyone to sit in their feelings. I want everybody to embrace who they are in one Christ. I want everybody to embrace who they are, their faults, their afflictions, all of it. Maybe this time in this season, we can regenerate something that has been taken from us as a community. Maybe this time we can learn to not hate ourselves, or more like the actions that has been done to us or that we have done to others and to ourselves. Maybe this time we can change the leaf now that it's gonna be 2024. Maybe we can look at it from a different perspective, because I was just sitting here thinking this. I'm gonna say my stuff. I was just sitting here thinking this, like, I'm gonna put it on the table, like, my mom, she really suffers from addiction, alcohol addiction. And we're gonna say everything that occurs before addiction, okay? A lot of people numb themselves from addiction, acting mean, treating people wrong, woo, all that. But what we fail to realize is that this world is made of either you're gonna fall into the devil's temptations or you're gonna lead in God's temptation, not temptations, and God's revelations. And we have to be honest that it's not always easy, because we can't speak on the next person's journey, how they felt about it. You know, not everybody, it takes a lot to get the strength to conquer a lot of the demons that comes on. Really, it really does. And so instead of looking at everybody as their human and as their actions and, you know, what the devil sends into them and that they end up taking on because they feel like they're too weak. You know, shame is a big thing in our culture that we have been brought up on. That is one of the main ways that the devil really goes in. Like, I feel like that's where he gets underneath and just lay there. Like, shame is one thing that he like, this been going on for years. You know, I'm just gonna sit here. I know they're gonna feel shameful. And, you know, just make them. And I even throw some extra stuff. I send her baby daddy, let her know she ain't worth nothing. You know, it's easy. It's easy, God. He over there. It's easy, God. It's easy. You know, so sometimes we really have to fight the devil. Like, I want to bring the courage. I want to bring the confidence to stand in our trials. Really. This season, that's what I want to bring. Because as I was sitting here, I was just thinking, like, a revelation really came over me. I'm just like, I started praying towards my future with my mom. It has been now a year, not even a year, because I want to say this. My whole life, I have never emotionally had my mother. So, with that being said, it's a lot that I undertook. It's a lot that I had to go through alone. It's a lot that I had to feel alone. I had to protect myself from. I had to find my own belief in myself, because, you know, you think that parents have it all figured out, but it's really a lot, and it's real, you know, it's real constant that us as the culture and us as the people, we often have kids out of bad, you know, bad situations, etc., 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 or situations that we didn't really have faith in, didn't work towards, you know. So yeah, so that just becomes another line of shame. It's like, after then, you think you went through shame, but no, then you bring a whole kid into it, and now you're even more shameful. So now the devil is just sitting. He like, I got him now. I got him now. He like, you're over with. Now your child don't like you. I had to step up outside my hate. I had my own sin. Sin is hate. Hate is sin. And I ended up hating my mother for the events that I ended up going through. And the stuff that I had to deal with on my own, because it could become so much. I'm 21. So, you know, as a kid, because it took a lot, it's taking a lot to heal my inner kid, because it's a lot of questions that never got answered. And that is why I'm so close to God, because that's the only one who can answer my questions and my prayers and give me the confidence and give me the positive notions that I need to continue, you know, and just the encouragement. Like, really, some people call it delusion. I call it faith, and I call it prospering, really, because it's so easy to sit in that hate. It's so easy to sit in that blame. It's even easy to sit in self-blame, self-hate. So the minute you start hating someone else, know that you're getting closer to hating yourself, because once the devil finds a way in, it's hard to get him out. I'll be the first one to tell you the truth, because it is. And I watched my mom deteriorate herself so bad to where I had to leave, and to where I had to choose myself and choose to be my own mother. And I thought to myself, as not a child in wisdom of God, that, well, I should have had a mother. So I'm mad now. Like, after a minute, I wanted to hold that as like my crush, really, as my crush. I'm sticking here. I got my chest out. I'm like, well, I didn't have a mama, so I'm just gonna stand here because I'm waiting for mama. Sadly, but truly, my mom is on her own road now. And yes, I did. Me leaving helped. Sorry. Me leaving helped start that process. And I know it's going to be a long process. So I had to forgive my mom. And it took a lot. It really did take a lot. It took a lot. It took some soul crying. And I'm not even done. I'm not even done crying. You see, like, I feel like a mother is just a really sensitive topic. A parent is really a sensitive topic. And the things I experienced and watched the devil come into my home and pour, it's like my mom would have, like, if you ever, I don't know if y'all ever seen it, really, because, like, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure it's not, but I don't know. So, she had, like, cases of alcohol. Like, I swear, like, after I stopped getting encouraged myself, because really I was the light in my situation with my mom, and I really tried to carry her on for a long time, and it didn't really help, really, because someone has to find that peace within themselves, someone has to accept themselves, and someone has to really believe in God themselves. You can't just pour on your light. Like, you can't shine your light on them and expect for them to get better. They'll just use your light because that's easier. And that's just honest, because we're all human at the end of the day. They're going to use your light, and they're going to keep going with that because that's the easier way. Really. Everybody's not going to sit there and think, I got to get a way out of this. I can't, like, most people in our older generations and generations before us wasn't even taught that. So it's like you can't expect them to, you know, really, because then they're like 50, that generation like 50, 40, 30, that's 30, 40, 50 years of self-hate, trauma, self-pity, complacency, you know. So it's just a new leaf is what I'm saying. It's a new leaf for this generation to help the past generations and the future generations. Everyone talks about the future generations, but honestly, with me, I want to touch everybody. I want to touch everybody because all of us are hurting. Like, really, after I got through all the self-hate and the hate for my mom and all that, I realized, like, okay, I can make this bigger than me. I can do something that will change the trajectory of this. And the revelation, this is where the revelation comes in today. I just got up. I was sitting on my bed, I was thinking, I'm just like, my mom will overcome this thing. God, I pray that you give her the strength, the self-love, the patience with herself, with you, the consistency. I pray all this on my mom, and I know my goals and my plans for my life. I pray that she meets me up there. And that's what I prayed today, and I said, I will. Because one thing about it, I'm going to believe, because after 21 years of injustice, because of traumatic things that happened to my mom and traumatic things that happened to me, I feel like there's no way God couldn't turn that around. There's no way that God can't make this a best-selling, like, story. Like, really, like, it's no way that this cannot be a storyline that's not for the best. That's for the best. Like, I believe in that. I really do. After so much pain, I really do. Because after so much pain, and you get out the pain, and you trying to get out the pain, and you actually see the growth. Like, I have not always been as wise. I have not always been as wise. I have fell victim to more addictions and more people, manipulative people. I have been through it all. I'm telling you. That's for another story, though. But I feel like acceptance is one of the biggest keys of that. Like, acceptance is going to play a big part of your role in your life and your trajectory, for sure. Because acceptance is one thing I realized is major. Because after a minute, I'm just like, I'm doing everything right, God. I'm believing you. I believe in you. Whoop the whoop. He's like, but you're not accepting everything that happened in the past. You still want to fight them. You still want closure from them. I'm telling you, I got you, and you want to talk to them. I made them. He just like, so you really in between, but I'm giving you that, and I am still walking with you. You're right. You do believe in me. I see that. Good job, Jasmine. Now I'm telling you to defeat blame, defeat all this. The devil's doing. After a minute, he showed me like, okay, now you're angry. So now that you know that it's not me bringing this into you, because you know what the devil brings, and he brings anger, mistruth, misguidance, complacency, etc. So he's like, now I got you where you want to be. I mean, where I need you to be. So now let's get to the root of this, and you break it down from there. And boy, did he break me down. Boy, did he break me down. Really. And I'm going to be so open to spread this. That I'm going to tell you this. My emotional management, not even less than a week ago, was at a 5-year-old whose life got taken away from her. And only the real and the people who really is listening and understanding and actually grasping this is going to understand that. That's where my emotional capacity was at. Every time I felt like something was going wrong, I would freak out. I'm talking about freak. I'm talking about like this. Like, yes, me. Like, I swear. Or it's like, for real. Yes, like, and I am really, like, acceptance is a part of that too. Acceptance is accepting that you brought that child all the way here. And after acceptance, though, it gets better. You start living for yourself. You start feeling for yourself. Feeling for that kid so much that you get up and you start working. You start working for that baby. Boy, I'm talking about for little jazz. I'm ready to eat every last nickel plate on it, bitch. Boy, you try to throw my plate, and I might, boy, I'm going to throw you in the kitchen and cook you. Facts. About me. Facts. Like, once you face that, like, you get so much further. So much further. And this is just a small talk, boss walks, whoop, for the day. But I hope you all got the message, and I hope I have been a great part of your trajectory, actually, because that's all I want to see in this community. And I know that that's what we need the most. And not too many people are pushing for it, really, because staying where you at sometimes can feel like it's a great place. It's a comfortable place. etc., etc. But it's so much more to see in the world. It's so much. Like, people don't want, a lot of people don't got TikTok that I know of. And TikTok, you can get on TikTok and you like to write videos and shit, and you start seeing people in boring shit, like living there. I like TikTok. Keeps me hopeful. So, you got to take the little things and keep them close to your heart until you see the big things, bro. Life don't work in the way that we all think it's supposed to work. It's going to work out. You know, one day, I'm going to have that big house. No, it's a lot of stuff that you got to go inside about. It's a lot that you got to work out inside. You got to mush around and see. Got to get mad some days. You got to walk through the storm. And some days you can't even stay in the house with your mask. You got to put your face on, though. Because God don't want you to treat his people like doo-doo because you feel like doo-doo. You get me? So, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot, but like I said, hopefully this video starts the trajectory to your life into the positive beginnings and new beginnings that you have for yourself. God, I pray that you bless everyone watching this, God. I pray that you bless their mental space, Lord. You breathe life into them, God. I pray that you give them grace, Lord, that they don't mistake your grace, Lord, that you give them discipline and obedience to follow you, instance in your good intentions and will, Lord. I pray that you give them a pursuit of peace, Lord, as they go through their own journey and through their own missions, God, that you have them here for. I pray that you reveal to them why do you have them here and what they need to be working towards for your will, Lord, and for your kingdom, God. Thank you for bringing us all here, Lord. Thank you for praying. Thank you for keeping us in your kingdom, Lord, keeping us in your graces, Lord, because it's only been you. We love you, we honor you, and we advocate for you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. I'm out of here.